obviously they were upset. I don't know what for what. So, we struggle to score, especially when we're playing against people like that who can guard and who can defend and very talented. But it's been interesting. There were some positives from our standpoint. The first positive was we got here last night. We had an hour of practice, and then we had a chance to tour the facility. And for me, I'm a big basketball historian, a big basketball guy. And Fog Island, Naismith, Don McClendon, all of them. It was like it was eye-opening for them because these are certain things that I talk about. And I think kids, regardless if you're junior, senior, or sophomore, when you get a chance to experience something like this, you don't want to take it for granted. And then there was a neat time for us coming here to the arena. JoJo White was leaving the hotel, and so these guys, they know who Paul Parrish is, but JoJo White, they don't get that. So from that standpoint, and then I thought the second half, I thought we made them sweat just a little bit, but they're right now. They're right, and their jockey's not very good, so I understand he had to pick Doc up out the snow, so maybe Doc should run the team. It's dry humor. So I don't know what else you want to talk about. I don't know if you got any questions, but they can score any which way they want it, and they're a lot better than we are in all aspects, and that's pretty much it.
None of your 5 starters scored a single point in the first half, and then, which is a basketball oddity, and then you had Kansas barely scoring against you in the first half down there. Are those two of the strangest things that have ever happened that you've seen?
Well, I don't even remember what happened down there. I mean, I understand we won that game. The game we won down there probably should count for 6 wins. But from our standpoint, we struggle to score. I evaluate ours off of shot selection. We had a lot of good open shots. When I say a lot, I'm talking about 5 or 6 and a half, which is a lot for his team versus a team like that. And when the ball doesn't go down for you, and then you don't shoot the ball well from the free throw line, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense. So what happened in our place, and I said this before, we played extremely hard, we played extremely well, and they helped us a lot because they had a lot of things going on in that game where they didn't make shots, but a lot of things where they didn't drop balls and all that. So, but that's a long time ago for me. I just think for our standpoint, we played well versus Texas, and we've been very, very non-competitive on the road versus Iowa State and Texas. Texas down there. And for the first time, I thought the second half we fought a little bit because they got after us. They didn't stop competing like all Bills teams. They won't stop competing till the horns off. So.
How did you brace your team for this environment, and also knowing how motivated KU would be?
Well, I don't. And please don't laugh because this is the first time at birth, I've always been an even keel, very competitive person. I respect the game. I respect good coaches. I respect good players. But once that thing's thrown up, it's about competing and trying to fight it every possession. So I didn't talk anything about that. Contrary to what people believe who haven't been around me, I don't talk much about whether it's Kansas or Kentucky or anything like that. It's competition. But I do talk about the history of the game. I do talk about playing the game right. I do talk about playing together. So, kids nowadays, I don't know how much they listen to that anyway. We got 3 guys on our team who are the world champion play here, so think about it. So that's pretty much it.
The first half, did it seem like they took away a lot of your second shots, especially Young and Brady around the rim?
Took away a lot of our second shots?
Yeah.
The first half, I thought it was hard for us to get a wing entry, let alone a shot up. So, yeah, but again, you're talking about a group that's experienced, that's extremely well coached, that's physical, and Bill couldn't have said it better. Every game on the road, or every game at home for them is you're trying to get everybody's best shot. There's about 5 or 6 programs in this country that get that all the time. And for those kids to go through what they went through, I don't know, 3 games. Give me a break. That's not bad. You guys are spoiled around here.
Coach, you alluded to it, but how much of a positive is it that you guys outscored them in the second half?
Still lost.
Still lost big, but
Still lost.
But Kean played well. And,
you gonna let me answer it?
Yeah.
Kean played well. Devontae stayed the course. He played well. When I say stayed the course, he got to go on a little bit. He got a shot blocked by a guy who can block shots till he threw it back out. So there's some positives individually, but a loss is a loss. So I'm not trying to get used to losing. I'm not trying to get used to building anything, but it is what it is.
Anything else for Coach?
All right. We got to try.